Hello everybody, this is Tony Marine. Welcome back. So look, the reason for this video, and I searched high and low to get this out of the box. You know, everybody's showing off their 2.0s and they're comparing them with the 1.0 that I think came out around 2009 or 10. I can't remember which year it came out, but these are one of my first Hot Toy videos. So just real quick, going on this face, no one, and this is the 1.0, no one, I don't care how many of you guys out there with your 2.0s can convince me that that does not look like Robert Patrick. You know, I'm just so frustrated. Look at that. You know, that's amazing to me. I'm just a little irritated with the guys with the 2.0s trying to convince everybody that the 1.0 doesn't measure up or it's not good enough anymore or whatever. And then posing them, you know, when they do these comparison videos, the 1.0s are always in these crappy poses, the uniforms all askew, you know, just to justify, you know, having someone buy the 2.0. Now, I don't know, you know, where the simp thing came from or whatever. Like, yeah, if you like the 2.0s, that's great, but don't bash the 1.0 at all. You know, that is perfect. The uniform is freaking accurate as crap. It didn't come with the white stitching that looked like a jean jacket on the 2.0. You know, this is movie accurate as you can get, and I've actually worn these uniforms, so yeah, this is exactly what they look like. You know, the trousers, everything. It did, you know, the new hooks on the 2.0s. The mold lines, you know, on the 1.0, they're almost, you know, hidden. You know, this was perfect. This is the 1.0. I saw the mold lines on the 2.0s, and it was ridiculous. You know, at least these are a bit hidden or disguised in a sense. You know, they're not as pronounced as they were on the 1.0s or rather the 2.0s I was seeing. The other thing is, no one, you know, talking about the improvement in the glasses. This is exactly what it looked like in the movie. So, you know, no, you can't convince me that the new glasses are better, the new uniform is better, the new figure is better. This right here, this is amazing. You know, perfect. You know, also the 2.0, I mean the 1.0 came with accurate shoes, not those dress shoes that they're trying to pass off on the 2.0s. This is accurate service shoes. You know, regulation shoes, not those dress shoes. I don't know what the heck, you know, you guys are trying to pass off as oh, way better, more improved. You know, and also, no, he didn't come with diamond plate boots that didn't match the base of the figure. You know, that's another thing no one's ever, you know, cared to bring up. And these boots are accurate. They're not big. They're not bulky. They look exactly how they're supposed to look. You know, not super shiny. But yeah, I mean, after all these years, this uniform still holds up. Look at the arm patches. Everything. No one can convince me that this is not Robert Patrick or not a good likeness of him. You know, so nah, I'm sorry. The 1.0 is badass. Yeah, the 2.0 has a cool base, and maybe I'll try to get that, you know, when they part it out. But other than that, no. All you cats with the 1.0s, stick with it. You know, stick with it. Don't let these cats try to convince you otherwise. So, anyway, kind of, I don't know, I don't want it to sound like a rant video, but I was just tired of all those. Yeah, the 2.0 is great. If you didn't have one, sure. You didn't get the 2.1 or the 1.0, get the 2.0. It's awesome. I did get the 2.0 battle damage, you know, T-800. So, yeah, because I don't have it. But other than that, yeah, just wanted to show this off. It still holds up after all these years. So, just wanted to, you know, kind of give this its due diligence, you know. So, these, again, the accessories, the helmets, you know, everything still holds up. Well, look, I just wanted to say thanks for stopping by. Thanks for listening to my little, you know, kind of, I don't want to say rant, but I was just a little irritated, you know, so, with what I was seeing. Now, and I'm not knocking the 2.0, but don't knock the 1.0s at all, you know. And if you're gonna do a comparison, do a legit comparison. Don't try to make this guy look all crappy just to justify, you know, getting the 2.0. You know, the uniform's all messed up, the poses are all crappy. You know, if you're gonna give a review, give a fair review. So with that, I'm gonna shut my mouth. I will turn this around so you can see everything. You know, oops. You know, his keepers, his radio, you know, handcuff holder, or handcuff case. Yeah, and he is left-handed. I like that. But yeah, I do like the 2.0 base. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't care much for anything else other than the head scope is pretty cool. But no, look at that. Sorry, guys. So we'll pretty much end it there. And thanks for stopping by. Thanks for listening to my little, you know, peeve. Anyway, happy collecting, guys. Take care. Bye. Hoorah!